And hello and welcome to episode 8. Is it 8? That is 7. No, it's for wondering what I'm talking about, I typically record only episodes first today and one real world, and I gradually update them over the week. Anyway, over in the Rise Empire, it's starting to show a few cracks. Yes, the Rise Empire, an empire which was once the sea, then they gave independence back to the sea. They want, they're actually starting to collapse. In the sea, they believe that the island of Sicilia, or Sicily in this another world, they believe that it is their right territory. So of course, the sea, they begin funding a rebellion with cattle and lots of other things that are very, very expensive to people of the right century. And it succeeds. The revolt begins. The island is independent. Of course, the people over in the Rise Empire are not very happy. So the sea offers them peace. Well, not peace. They offer them something that they would never turn down. Then, over in Rhodesia, well, nothing much happens in Rhodesia. Except the Cry, they would demand Crimea, or the Crimea Island, aka territory that is deemed essential to the Cry Empire, which is sort of like the Ottoman Empire, except there was no Byzantine Empire. So to avoid a invasion of Asia, they would agree, I had to burp there, they would agree that that island is ceded to the Cry. Meanwhile, over in the Rice Peninsula, the rebels are starting to be pushed back a bit. Reluctantly, they gain peace, but at the cost of their freedom. Also, something else occurs. Yes, you saw that. People in the farthest reaches of this country, they decided that they wanted independence. What did they do? They did not ask for it. They just invaded. Well, didn't invade. They declared their own state. So, of course, when we look at a map, you can see that Europe is very, very divided. It was that over there. Did Finnair just declare war on this little island? Well, not island, that little area. So look at this. You see they're being invaded. Closer, closer, closer. Almost at the Pole Peninsula. And look at that. See? That thing, it's practically Finland, but it's not Finland, it's like people from the Finnish area that decided to make their own country. The Rise Empire, they would begin greatly taking over from unpopulated areas in this. Due to it not being in the extremely populated bit, it wouldn't be noticed for a while. But then, disaster would strike as they realise and they declare war, as well as the country of Milan. And look at that, a full-blown war has broken out. Of course, the three, they are able to push the Rhys out of their own empire. But look at that, the lines are going to start coming up. You see, it's hard to supply troops in that area, which is why troops there are beginning to start. Unless they manage to find a farm or a field. And, I forgot what I was going to say. Something really bad was happening. The trade are starting to be pushed back into their own landmass. And as we watch this country and that country, they are starting to be pushed all the way out. Almost like some kind of partition of sorts. How long have we got? Quite a lot. So essentially, peace would be made in the Rhys Empire would be ordered to disband. What do they mean by disband? They mean give up control of areas that are, more autonomous. The revolt happens there, and there. But this one and that one, they decide to unify, forming the nation of Milo. The state of Rhys, they gain this area, which was currently under occupation due to the whole thing. So, over time, this state, the Leo, they gain independence. What's going to territory is under occupation by the L. They become the nation of the PO. So instantly peace is made, or not peace is made, essentially. The PO nation is created. In this area, there are several autonomous areas in it. The state of Syria is formed. So the empire, which once spanned across Western Europe, is now in shambles. Pardon me, I'm in the middle of recording a video. Could you please be quiet? Essentially, the LA gain up to Slovenia, the few nations in what I would count as Upper Sicily, and the Rhys, they maintain control over, well, what's left of Italy. Please stop swearing, I'm recording right now. So essentially the Wales nation, they'd have a brief war over the Syria nation over what the border should be. After the battle, they agreed upon here. The Milos nation would be pushed under control of the Syrian Empire. Yes, that is right, the Syrian Empire is now starting to get puppet state. Well, not puppet state, but the regions under the control of the royal family. Now let's go to the Iberia area. The monarchy. You see, Sicilia, they would still be at war with Rhys for quite a bit until peace reluctantly is signed, and they even get a small amount of the northern bit of Tunisia. However, they gain independence from the Rhys family and become sort of like a senate. They become under the control of the Tri-Senate. Right, the last dollar, that's so this is currently the balance of power in Europe. The Empire controls quite a bit. The Rhys Empire is nothing more than a minor player now. In episode 7 to episode 8, they absolutely collapse. Fortunately, no invaders have reached the golden city of Rhys yet. So in the S, something would happen. Orders for it to be disbanded would begin. Peace with the Empire is made. So essentially a partition of S would begin. I'm having to really speed this up because time's starting to run out. Peace is made. Eventually the S, they gain this bit of territory back taken from Rhodesia. So Rhodesia gets to keep a bit. If the Empire gains all territories gained, there's Helania, they gain access to the Baltic Sea. Okay, how much time do I have to spare? Just a couple seconds. Have a nice day, hope to see you in episode